Ladies and gentlemen, so as you know, thank you so much for your attention. And as you know, every episode is exceptional because you and because the guests. So now I give to you shortly a big surprise. We have two guests, okay? Different but not different. Okay, so of course you will enjoy to see. I introduce now to you Araceli and Bella. An applause. So, Araceli and Bella with you. And so welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank
and
you.
so we start this interview
Yes.
that Araceli have a very interesting life, and also almost recently she got a big theater in Berkeley. You know that Berkeley is in Bay Area, close to San Francisco, and of course is very important Berkeley for the university. Okay, so Araceli, and with the help of Bella too.
Yes, the mascot.
Okay, organize a important cultural event, artistic event, but of course Araceli is the right person to speak about her events, so I give to you Araceli, okay, and Bella. Okay, perfect.
So,
Yes.
the Hillside Club in Berkeley, it is very important. It was founded in 1924, and Maybeck, who also built the Palace of Fine Arts, was the architect. Now that theater burned, and his son-in-law John White rebuilt it in 24.
Very
But
interesting.
it's important because it was built by and for women of Berkeley. So
Oh.
it was for arts, culture, literature, and preserving nature. And they wanted to preserve the Berkeley Hills. They didn't want it to be like San Francisco, where the streets are grids. They wanted to use local resources. So since 1924 until now, it's kept the same mission statement. So we have excellent classical music, opera, jazz, lectures. And to be able to run this place is wonderful to keep up the tradition. And it's only a few blocks from UC Berkeley.
Yes, so I like to ask you again, means to exhort you to repeat what was the role of the women in in your theater. You said about the
women.
famous architect Maybeck.
Yes.
And women too. Well, you can enlarge, means that you can
Yes,
speak
of course.
more about women.
Yes, so the women being the wives and daughters of these architects that were involved, and also it was the time of Julia Morgan, who's also a very important architect, but they wanted their own club. It was like a clubhouse for them, and they wanted to have their own productions for theater, for music. Plays were produced there. There's still a large library of costumes that date back to the 1800s.
This is very important.
Very important. And this is why I look forward to working with you with our project.
Absolutely. And in fact, I have to inform the audience officially,
Yes.
if you like, that we are planning a worldwide event in Berkeley in her theater, and is about a legend. Is about a legend that is a cinema legend,
Oh, yes.
and is Federico Fellini. in honor to him and in honor to Fellini 100.
Yes.
So will be one of the worldwide events about Fellini, because of course the celebration are started already. Also his birthday will be on January 20th of 2020. But of course, the celebration started everywhere. I was in Dubai, I had to go to New York, me. But of course, sure, I think another, this is a life legend, Mrs. Sophia Loren, is the right person to celebrate Federico Fellini. Of course, Sophia Loren and Fellini never, I think, worked together. I think no. But because are two different columns, two different superstars. And but of course, Marcello Mastroianni, I record a program recently about Sophia Loren, Marcello Mastroianni, Federico Fellini, Vittorio De Sica, Eduardo De Filippo, and so the Sophia Loren and Marcello Mastroianni have in common Marcello Mastroianni. Okay, that Marcello Mastroianni and Sophia Loren, they worked in a lot of film of the great, immense director Vittorio De Sica on neorealism cinema. And of course, Marcello Mastroianni worked in Anita Ekberg, Giulietta Masina, the wife of Federico Fellini, worked in La Dolce Vita, the most glamorous, the most famous film of Federico Fellini. And Araceli showed me something that I didn't know before, a film. And I like that Araceli can speak about the film that you share with me, with two other legends, but is about the La Dolce Vita, the sweet life.
Oh, yes. It's a film with Shirley MacLaine.
Yes.
And it's called Elsa and Fred. And it's so lovely. Anyone who has Netflix should watch it because it's a current day romance between two older people, but it ties into La Dolce Vita. It's a lifelong dream that she had, and the end is just so beautiful because it just merges clips from the film and current day. And I don't want to give anything away, but it's beautiful and magical. So that we'll have to watch that. We'll have a private screening at the theater before our party.
Yes, and we spoke about with Araceli to put that could be part of the event, some short sequence of the film, because of course to celebrate Federico Fellini. All the world knows the most famous film of Federico Fellini is definitely La Dolce Vita. That was a time in Rome, because Rome was the city of cinema like Hollywood.
Yes.
At the time of Fellini was Rome and Hollywood was the same. It was absolutely super connected. Elizabeth Taylor, Fellini, Liza Minnelli, all the superstars of Hollywood. Audrey Hepburn, of course.
Yes.
Absolutely, Audrey Hepburn. And so is okay to show to the audience, to the guests of the event, some like some introduction, because the film show the famous Fontana di Trevi, and I know the real story about that. My close friend Pierluigi Praturlon, that was the official photographer of Federico Fellini and was also the official photographer of Mrs. Sophia Loren. Pierluigi with Anita Ekberg was an idea, of course, of Fellini, but also an idea of Anita Ekberg and Pierluigi Praturlon, especially Pierluigi Praturlon, to make picture of Anita Ekberg during the summer, that is very hot in Rome like now, in the Fontana di Trevi in the night, of course. So Fellini saw the picture of Pierluigi, our friend Pierluigi Praturlon, And he created of course, the most famous scene in the cinema, Marcello Mastroianni and Anita Ekberg, that was fantastic, super beautiful, etc., in the Fontana di Trevi. So this is a real story. It was coming from Pierluigi Praturlon, that was a guy so simple, so fantastic. And so, but I like that Bella also can tell us something, maybe by the voice of Araceli. Where is Bella now?
She's napping on
but
the floor.
She is here anyway.
She's here.
So what about Bella?
This is, well, I think the exciting thing about our event, and we're shooting for the weekend of January 18th or 19th, the event that we'll have, is your stories like this of behind the scenes, because we'll have, of course, a beautiful party, wine, food, music, dancing, but the main thing is your inside stories, behind the scenes stories, and that's so special because we only know the obvious things, but how many people are there in our lives that can share this? I really look forward to your speaking about these movies.
Thank you so much. And definitely I will give through you some interviews, some to reveal some aspect of my friend Federico Fellini, some nice aspect that, as you said, few people knows. And of course, the new generation doesn't know at all. And so some aspect of Federico Fellini that can maybe teach to the people something about the life.
Yes, that's so important because he was so influential, and your experiences and working in films, and it'll be really wonderful to have that. So I'm very much looking forward to our gala.
Oh, thank you. And of course, I inform all of you that the theater of Araceli is a magnificent place for also gala. Is huge, and it's possible to arrange tables to eat, and it's possible also to create many events in the same day. Means the gala and then the
lecture.
Exactly, and the event to show some sequence of yes, I make a film now. Federico and Fellini is about my relationship, my friendship with Federico Fellini. You know that Federico Fellini, but me too, I am called Federico, so yes. Federico and Fellini is like a game, but is... and so... will be also, I will show in the event of Araceli some premiere or some scene of the film that are like footage but are not footage, are, you know, just to offer maybe to some special guests. And of course will be the video, so Count Wardal TV show, and What Is Your Right, in this television we will show the event. So we are preparing now.
We are, and we'll put the word out to our followers with all the details, but it's the Hillside Club in Berkeley, and we're made up of wonderful members. Our members are local. They are so interesting, people from Berkeley, and they bring so many different aspects. We have writers and scientists, musicians. So it's a really wonderful community, that theater.
Oh, yes.
And anyone can get involved. But we'll definitely post it way in advance, and it'll be a very wonderful evening and very insightful, and how perfect that it's a 100th anniversary.
Oh, yes, absolutely. In fact, all you know that Berkeley is so famous for the university, and in Berkeley also there is the most famous film archive
Yes.
in the world that is called the Pacific Film Archive. Of course, all of you know Pacific Film Archive. So Berkeley is very, very, very involved in cinema.
Oh, yes.
The University of Berkeley. So we will contact, of course,
Oh,
some
yes.
critic of cinema in Berkeley, especially because I don't want to make discriminations, but Berkeley is considered an intellectual city. Okay,
Yes.
one intellectual city. So like Alexandria of Egypt, where there is the Bibliotheca Alexandrina, that all the human knowledge was and is over there. So Berkeley is very, very, very important
It's
city.
very important and very revolutionary. New ideas, new movements have come from there. The university, the students are completely international. So we're very proud. And just in Berkeley and San Francisco alone, everything that we do is advanced. Not only technology, but environment, just taking care of our fellow humans. There's so much going on.
Important.
So we're
So
very
indispensable.
so indispensable. So we're very lucky to be part of a community that appreciates all of these things, and this will be very welcome.
Oh, yes, and we hope to invite the mayor of Berkeley,
Yes.
of course, because we working, of course, Araceli and I, in the same field.
Yes.
So intellectual field, cultural field, artistic field, and we know also, to mention human rights, that is a human right, as Mexico Republic 2 years ago made a law that culture is a human right, is a law, okay? Is not other thing, is a law. So must be human means culture. So is a right of each one of you. That's why I insist to invite so superb guests as Araceli and other guests, etc., that are deeply involved in culture, in art, because it's your right. Okay, so this program is, very well, and thank you for follow the program worldwide, is especially about culture, art, and intellectual issue to help each one of us. Perfect. So, the time goes so fast, but fortunately, we have still 6 minutes that is good. Because I all the time I afraid about the time, etc. So we have still yes. So I of course I invite Araceli to add what you like to add to this.
Well, besides us meeting and having so much in common, I'm just so happy to be back in the Bay Area. I'm actually from Uruguay, South
Yes,
America,
I know.
and I love Italian. The Spanish spoken in Uruguay has a big Italian influence accent because of all of the immigrants. So I'm very familiar with it. And I lived in San Francisco most of my adult life, and then I left for business purposes to the Midwest. And I'm so happy to be back because of all of the events. We run into each other at different events, and the Bay Area has so much to offer. And it makes me really proud because it's inclusive. Each museum has free days. The Asian Museum, a free Friday.
This is so important.
So important. And SF Jazz, I'd like to acknowledge them. They do a wonderful job, but they were able to, through their fundraisers and galas, get jazz into the public schools. And so, how do children find out that they're good at acting or playing instruments? It's through organizations like that that give back. A lot of these big corporations that we have in the Bay Area do a lot, for public schools and things like that. So I'm just so happy to be here in the Bay Area again, because there are things for everybody to do at any level. If you want to spend a lot of money, there's many places to do that. As you know, it can be very expensive, but there's also our
but
parks.
Very not expensive, because
very not.
Because this politic is cultural politic concerning the schools, the education,
they do so much.
Is for free, because it's supported by the municipality of Berkeley.
Yes.
And so could be very expensive, it could be not expensive at all.
It could be free.
Yes.
The like you were saying, the film archives, the Modern Art Museum in San Francisco and Berkeley. And then Berkeley also has online classes that are free. They have programs for people over age 50 or 55, and it's all sliding scale. So you can be sitting in a class where someone of financial means has paid the actual price gladly because they can afford it, and someone without the means can also take that class. And a lot of just free events. So it's nice that students, musicians, anybody can take advantage of this. And at the Hillside Club, we have several events that we have one that's called Fireside Meeting. It's usually the first Monday of the month, unless it's a holiday.
First Monday of the month.
Yes.
Okay.
And we have fascinating authors, lecturers, and we don't charge because it's part of our mission to the community. So if people would like to...
so important
Yes.
for everybody. So you have to look in Google.
Yes. Hillsideclub.org is the website. And I welcome people, if you want to put on a play. Our stage has lighting, sound, excellent acoustics. If you are in acting and you want to put on a play, whether you bring your costumes or look at ours, contact me, because I'm happy to work with you.
Absolutely, because this is clearly to promote creativity.
Yes, and to give people an opportunity, any age, but if they're young, and to do that and to film it in a theater and have that as part of their portfolio piece. But we love to support creativity, so I can be reached at through the website.
Absolutely.
Very happy to be doing this.
The matter is that this great space in Berkeley has different target of audience,
yes,
of people. So young, maybe by the age, by the education, by ethnicities, etc. Because of course, Berkeley, you can find any kind of ethnicities in Berkeley. I
Yes.
know also religions.
It's
There
wonderful.
are is incredible number of religions that, of course, I like, because religion for me and for Araceli too, of course, and for Bella too, why not?
Bella's
And
coming. I'm gonna go.
Bella, fantastic, Bella. So means spiritual issue. Now, unfortunately, we have a few seconds to finish this fantastic episode. So thank you so much
Thank
to
you.
Araceli, to
Thank
Bella, and to all of you. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. A lot of love. Bye.